What is the difference between happiness at work and motivation? How are those two related? Somebody sent me this question, and I think it's a really important question because a lot of companies focus very, very much on motivation, but almost not at all on happiness at work. And I actually think that's a mistake. I think you need to focus way more on happiness than on motivation. And here's why. There are two fundamental differences between happiness at work and motivation. First of all, you can be either happy or not happy at work. In fact, at any given time, you are one of the two. You're either, happy at work, feeling good about the work you do, or you're frustrated, angry, nervous, stressed, and afraid. But you can't, this is very important. You can't be motivated or not motivated as such. You're always motivated about a given task. And at the same time, you can be incredibly motivated about this task and incredibly unmotivated about this other task. For instance, coming home from work this afternoon, you might be really, really motivated to lie down on the couch and take a nap, while at the same time being incredibly unmotivated about going for a 10K run, or maybe the other way around. Who knows? Okay, so here's the thing: employees cannot be motivated as such. Motivation is always in relation to a given task, and one employee might be incredibly motivated to work on this project, but at the same time being incredibly unmotivated, demotivated about working on this project. So, and this is incredibly important to understand, because this means that employees cannot be made motivated. They are always motivated in relation to a given task. However, happiness at work is the opposite. You are either at any given point in time, either happy at work or unhappy at work, or neutral, neither happy nor unhappy. So that is an incredibly important distinction. The other distinction is that I think that it is absolutely possible to be motivated but unhappy, but that is an unsustainable situation. It's not something that will last. I think that happiness at work leads to motivation much more than motivation leads to happiness at work. And that's especially true when you have a lot of negative motivators, right? When people are motivated by fear, by threat of retaliation or reprisals, when people are motivated by the fear of not succeeding, the fear of failing, the fear of being, socially ostracized in a workplace, those are all negative motivators. They can be incredibly powerful and they can really help motivate people, but it's just not sustainable because either people break down under the threat of those negative motivational factors, or when that threat of punishment goes away, then the motivation goes away. So what is true though is that people who are happy at work love the work they do, and they are generally more motivated about most of their tasks. And that is why I think happiness at work is the much more foundational concept of the two. It underlies motivation, and it is way more interesting for a workplace to focus on being a happy workplace rather than being a motivational workplace. That will create long-term sustainable motivation for the employees. And that is why I think happiness at work is a much more interesting concept than motivation.